Hey guys, it's me, Mario again, and today we're going to continue Arcta, the mountain giant. Chapter 7, A Race Against Time. The giant took another crashing step towards Tom. Then he stopped and sifted the air. Tom dropped to the ground. He realized that the dirt and silt that had covered him during the landslide were helping to hide his scent. He tried to breathe as quietly as possible, so Arcta couldn't hear him. But there was no way to tell Elena and Silver inside the cave that they had to be quiet, too. Silver let out a growl that could be heard even through the blocked cave. Arcta turned at the sound and took another thunderous step closer. Tom didn't dare move. He was now right underneath the giant, and his eyes were level with Arcta's feet. The rough yellow toenails were thick with grime. If Arcta took another step, Tom would be crushed. He tried to keep his breathing shallow and quiet, but he couldn't feel his body shaking with tension. He clamped his mouth shut and hoped that his teeth wouldn't start chattering. Arcta swung a heavy fist and let out a roar of frustration. Then he turned and began to grope his way back up the mountain. Tom felt a rush of relief. The giant had given up. But just when he thought he was safe, Silver growled again. More loudly this time. Arcta snapped his head back around. He let out another gigantic bellow and stumped fiercely back towards the cave. Tom had no choice. He had to distract the mountain giant to save Elena and Silver. He had to run, and hope Arcta would hear him and follow. Otherwise, the beast would smash the entrance to the cave and find his friends. Even with the blindfold, he would be able to hear and smell them as they tried to escape. Tom took off back down the mountain path, running as fast as he could. As he passed Storm, who was still buried up to his middle, he grabbed the rope and Trader had given him. Then he reared off the path into the pine trees. He thought quickly. Somehow I've got to climb higher than Arcta, he said to himself. so I'm level with his head. Then maybe I can undo the knot of that enchanted blindfold. Waving through the trees, Tom could hear Arcta coming after him. Each footstep shook the ground. Tom could hear trees snapping and crashing as the giant knocked them out of the way. There was no way Tom could outrun the giant. Even with the blindfold, he was too big, too fat, and too fast. Now that he had brought him away from the cave, Tom had to find a way to lose him. Scrambling down a slope, Tom spotted a patch of blueberry bushes. He made a quick left into them, and as he came out on the other side, he saw a huge tree with a hollow in the base of its trunk. Tom dived inside into the rough, damp blackness. The older tree shook with each pounding step of the giant. Again, Tom tried to calm his breath, and be as still as possible. A tremendous roar echoed in Tom's ears, and then all was quiet. Tom waited a few seconds before peering from his hiding spot. Just a few short yards away, Tom could see the giant's massive legs, standing as still as if they were the trunks of trees. Now was his chance. If he could climb to the top of the tree, he might be able to lure Arcta close enough to free him. But before Tom had a chance to scale the tree, Arcta began moving away. Tom listened as the sound of the giant's footstep disappeared into the distance. He had to hurry. Helena and Silver would be running out of air soon. But he knew there was no way he could save them if Arcta was still on the loose. Not in the loose, on the loose. He had to free the beast first. Then he could come back for his friends. Tom moved nimbly and quietly, following the thump of Arcta's giant footsteps. It was hard work climbing the mountain with each footstep. Loose rocks and pebbles would shift under him, threatening his balance. But he kept climbing until he reached a narrow ridge. Clinging to cracks in the rock, he followed it as snaked upwards into the clouds. Plateau looking down, Tom spotted the giant. He was resting just beneath him on a narrow ledge. His huge head in his hands. Below him was a vast, misty abyss. Vast, misty abyss. Why? Tom shivered above a bird cave, a harsh cry. Tom glanced up. It was an eagle, circling on the currents of air. This must be the place of the eagles, he thought. Tom lay down flat on the plateau. The stone was hard and cold. He could see the glowing knot that held the blindfold in place. It looked like a beautiful black flower. If he edged forward, he might just be able to reach the knot and untie it. But he had to hurry. Eleanor and Silver could be suffocating. Heart pounding, he edged forward until his arms reached the knot. Fingers tingled. His fingers tingled as they touched the shimmering black fabric. He pulled very gently. Come on, he silently begged the knot. He felt it loosen slightly, but knew he had to be quick. Starting to panic, he pulled a little harder. Too hard. Arcta suddenly sensed him. With a fierce roar, he swung around and lashed out with his huge clawed hand. It smashed against the side of the mountain, close to where Tom lay. The impact echoed around the mountains. Tom clung to the plateau, the mountainside. But to his horror, he saw that a crack had appeared in the rock beneath him. Tom could only watch as the crag zigzagged its way through the rock and the ledge below. With a groan, the split widened and the rocks started to crumble apart. Dirt and pebbles raining down. Any second now, the entire rock face would give way, and Tom would plunge to his death. Itchy arm. He had no choice. Tom took a deep breath. While there's blood in my veins, I'll free this beast, he cried. Then he scrambled to his feet and jumped through the air towards the giant. He just managed to grab hold of the blindfold. The giant roared and swung to his feet. Tom swung through the air but somehow kept his grip. Arcta swatted at his head with his enormous hands, trying to get at Tom. Tom twisted his way and that trying to avoid blows. If so much as a finger landed on him, he would be squashed. He would be squashed flat. But he couldn't let go. If he did, he would fall into the abyss. Enraged, the giant staggered about, trying to regain his balance. The ledge they were on was narrow, and Tom saw Arcta was plunging towards the edge. Suddenly, with a thunderclap of sliding rock, the ledge gave way. Arcta and Tom plunged into the empty space. And that was chapter 7. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this read through. This is Tom laying flat on the ground, first meeting Arcta. He's very huge, by the way. Very huge. And again, it is called a giant, so Arcta is called a giant. This is Arcta sleeping and Tom trying to get the blindfold loose. And this is Arcta being awake and swinging at Tom. And yeah. Next up is chapter 8, Over the Edge. And yeah, we are 2 chapters away? Yeah, 2 chapters away from finishing this one. Then we are halfway done with this. Well, with the first series. There are like 3 more that I have. I have 3 more. Why don't I keep these on? Because the next video is going to be the Great Dragon Book. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my videos. Hi to the new subscribers out there. And hope I will see you whenever the next video shows up, I guess. Alright, hope you like my videos and thank you for subscribing. You hit the bell icon, right? That is very important, so you can get notified every time I make a video. So, hope you guys enjoy anything that I make. I will see you guys in the next video, which is going to be the Great Dragon Book. Alright, see ya. Or you can go back and watch the other chapters of this and the beginning. That's not the beginning, this is the beginning. I read those 2 books already. Now I'm reading this one to you guys. Furno and Sepron are already in my playlist. I hope you like my videos, and I hope you check out my art on DeviantArt Dragon Master Mario. Well, see ya in the next video. Bye!